guys. 24 hours now to dissect the firing of Mike McCoy. What are your thoughts now that you've had a chance to kind of think about it for a bit?
Well, I think the timing's a little bit peculiar. I mean, obviously they're in the middle of a long losing streak, but they've lost games in worse fashion than they lost to the Bengals, so the timing's a little strange. But it feels to me like a change needed to be made to basically say that this kind of performance is unacceptable. It's not necessarily fair to a coach. I don't think you can really pin it all on Mike McCoy, though you expected better out of him. This is just one of those things where it's a bad team, it's a bad situation, and unfortunately the axe falls on somebody. In this case, Mike McCoy was first.
Yeah, and look, this is, there's no question the criticisms of Mike McCoy were legitimate. There were issues on offense. There's no question about that, in particular with play calling. So this was a justified move. But I think it was primarily done because this is accountability holding, or what accountability holding is supposed to look like. And unfortunately for John Elway, I don't think it worked. I think people are still looking at the Broncos and saying, you have not done enough. This is not accountability the way we want it to look. And that's so Mike McCoy is maybe not a big enough move yet for fans to satisfy them.
When you look at this team, we also know you go back to the press conference in which Vance Joseph was introduced as the head coach of this team, and he said that the reason he liked the job was because it was a reboot, not a rebuild. Guys, I think it's a rebuild now.
I think it's a rebuild now. When we've seen the departure, you see the guys leaving for money, like at TJ Ward. There's rumors that maybe Demaryius Thomas, maybe Aqib Talib may be next. That makes sense given the math. Those are the top talents on your team. So if they're going away and your depth isn't that good, yeah, you're rebuilding.
Yeah, and the big question now is, once you free up that cap space with a lot of those moves, it now becomes an even bigger rebuilding project. How do you utilize that cap space? Who do you go after in free agency? And I think at this point, most importantly, who do you draft?
Yeah, you got to get the draft and everything right. So more on that as we go throughout the week. And of course, it is also Raiders week. It is Thanksgiving week. One more show for you this week, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., including our good friend Chris Landry of the LandryFootball.com report will be with us tomorrow morning. We hope you'll stop by as you get ready to turn the house into complete family chaos. At least spend your Wednesday with us. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 7. For TJ, for Shawn, I'm Nate. We'll see you.